What this wild horse did to a helpless girl shocked the whole world. In an incredible story that defies belief, a wild horse's unexpected actions toward a helpless young girl left everyone in awe. What began as a seemingly dangerous encounter quickly turned into a moment of compassion that shocked the world. Sharon Lewis, a 25-year-old from the quiet town of Pinewood, had always been passionate about nature. One warm summer afternoon, she set out to explore a new trail deep in the woods, far from home. Dressed in comfortable sneakers and her favorite t-shirt, she carried a small backpack with essentials: water, a snack, and a compass. Sharon also packed a small sketch pad and pencil, eager to capture the forest's beauty. The weather was perfect, with sunlight streaming gently through the tree canopy. Birds filled the air with their melodies, creating a serene ambience. As she strolled along the path, Sharon soaked in the tranquil beauty of nature surrounding her. Sharon snapped photos of vibrant flowers and unique trees, savoring the fresh scent of pine needles and forest herbs. Occasionally, she paused to sketch especially scenic landscapes. Lost in the beauty around her, time slipped away, and she suddenly realized she had been walking for over an hour in an unfamiliar part of the forest that was completely unfamiliar to her. She tried to remember the way back, but all the paths seemed the same. Sharon began to worry, realizing that she was lost. The girl pulled out her compass, except she had completely forgotten which direction the house was in. Panic began to creep up on her. Then Sharon took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. She tried to use her cell phone to get her location, but to her disappointment, there was no signal in this part of the forest. The phone's battery was almost dead, and Sharon decided to turn it off to save the charge for emergencies. She decided to walk in one direction, hoping to come out to some landmark. Sharon tried to recall survival tips, but nothing seemed to help. As the sun set, the forest grew darker, shadows stretched eerily, and every rustle made her flinch. A chill ran down her spine as she thought she heard heavy breathing. Exhaustion set in, her legs ached, her throat was dry, and her water was nearly gone. Humming a song to calm herself only made the silence more unsettling. Then, cutting through the stillness, came a chilling sound: the distant howl of wolves. She froze in place, trying to determine where the sound was coming from. The house grew closer and closer, echoing off the trees. The girl's heart pounded so hard that it felt like it was about to jump out of her chest. Sharon tried to remember everything she knew about wolf behavior, but fear clouded her thoughts. Sharon saw several pairs of glowing eyes in the twilight. A pack of hungry wolves surrounded the girl. Their silhouettes moved between the trees like ghosts. The leader of the pack, a large gray wolf with a scarred face, slowly approached her, bearing sharp fangs. Sharon saw the wolf's ruffled fur and flattened ears, clear signs of aggression. Her heart raced as she backed away, but she tripped over a root, falling hard. The pack leader lunged, scratching her arm deeply, and the scent of blood excited the wolves further. Another attack tore her jeans and grazed her leg, leaving sharp pain. Desperate, Sharon grabbed a branch to defend herself, knowing she couldn't hold them off for long. The branch seemed so fragile compared to the powerful jaws of the wolves. In desperation, Sharon screamed, hoping someone would hear her, but the only response was the howling of the wolves and the rustling of leaves. She thought it was the end, that no one would come to her aid in this wilderness. Tears of despair rolled down her cheeks. Fearing she might never see her family again, Sharon braced for the worst. Suddenly, a thunderous roar shattered the silence as a herd of wild horses charged through the trees, their silhouettes glowing in the setting sun. Stunned, Sharon thought she was hallucinating from exhaustion. The horses stormed at the wolves, who hesitated in confusion. When the wolf leader lunged at a horse, it was struck by a powerful hoof, tumbling several meters away and struggling to rise. Hope surged through Sharon as nature came to her rescue. Sharon heard a pitiful whimper and saw the leader limp away, retreating. The other wolf was also thrown back by the horse's blow, whinnying pitifully in pain. The rest of the pack began to retreat, tucking their tails. Realizing that the forces were unequal, as there were too many horses, the wolves finally retreated and disappeared into the forest, vanishing into the darkness. Sharon exhaled in relief, still struggling to believe in her miraculous rescue. Trembling from the ordeal, she gazed at the horses with amazement and gratitude. As the herd began to move away, one horse stayed behind, a striking mare with a white star on her forehead and intelligent, gentle eyes. Sharon felt an inexplicable connection to the mare, as if they had known each other forever. The horse approached cautiously, sensing Sharon's fear and pain. With a trembling hand, Sharon reached out, and the mare softly touched her nose, allowing herself to be stroked. The warmth of the horse's fur eased Sharon's fear, bringing her a sense of calm. She buried her face in the horse's mane, tears of relief streaming down her cheeks. Sharon felt incredibly calm around this majestic animal. There seemed to be some inexplicable bond between her and the horse. The mare scrutinized Sharon's wounds as if assessing their seriousness. Sharon noticed that the horse's eyes were full of sympathy and understanding. To Sharon's surprise, the mare knelt, inviting her to climb on. Though hesitant, she knew it was her only chance to escape. Despite her injuries, she mounted the horse, which rose slowly, giving her time to adjust. Holding onto its mane, Sharon felt its warmth and strength as it carefully navigated the forest. The mare moved smoothly, even in the pitch black, instilling a sense of calm. Exhausted, Sharon drifted into a half-sleep, her fate entrusted to her extraordinary savior. Then, she came to her senses again. She lost track of time, trusting her four-legged savior completely. The stars twinkled through the trees, and Sharon felt as if she were traveling through a magical world. The forest gradually thinned, and soon, Sharon saw the first glimmers of dawn. Along with them came the lights of a small settlement. It was the village of Oakville, located a few miles from Pinewood. Sharon felt hope fill her heart. She was saved. The villagers watched in amazement as a wild horse emerged from the woods with the injured girl on its back. Stephen and Catherine White, an elderly couple, were the first to run up to Sharon. They helped her down from the horse, gently supporting the poor girl. Sharon was exhausted, her wounds bleeding. Catherine quickly brought out a first aid kit and began treating the girl's wounds. Stephen called for an ambulance while villagers surrounded Sharon with care. They gave her water and covered her with a warm blanket. The horse stood close as if ensuring the girl was safe until help arrived. When the ambulance reached her, Sharon struggled to recount the incredible story of her rescue, leaving the paramedics in awe. Before heading to the hospital, she gently petted her rescuer one last time. The horse let out a soft neigh, almost as if saying goodbye, then turned and calmly disappeared into the woods. At the hospital, Sharon received the care she needed, and while her injuries were serious, they were thankfully not life-threatening. After her full recovery, she frequently returned to the forest, hoping to catch a glimpse of her saviors. She left apples and carrots in the clearing as tokens of gratitude. Occasionally, she watched the herd from a distance, her heart leaping each time she spotted her bay savior among the horses. This life-changing adventure transformed Sharon's path forever. She became a passionate wildlife advocate and founded an organization dedicated to preserving wild horse populations. Years later, while walking through the woods with her daughter, Sharon spotted a familiar mare with a white star on her forehead. The horse approached gently, allowing them to pet her. In that moment, Sharon felt a profound truth. Miracles are real, and the bond between humans and nature is far more powerful than we often realize. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.